recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Media Group. This is NXT. Next Level Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Next Level Wrestling Review. You don't know who I am. I am the reporter of the people, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some lucha libre, which is your Spanish. Is there a fucking pterodactyl going off in the background? I keep hearing like, "Rah." What is that? Is that me? Anyway,
I couldn't hear it.
Could have been the Dominicans next door. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so annoyed. So fucking annoyed, man. I want to keep these windows. It is fucking hot in this apartment, but if the windows are open, it's like fucking glorious. But I can't do that, ladies and gentlemen, because apparently these people next door don't know how to shut up. Anyway, I introduced myself already. Sorry, guys. I'm just not in the mood today. I got to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. We're lucky. Oh, yes, we are very lucky. Ladies and gentlemen, right here, we have the one, the only. He is your 14-time.
I was born with the mic in my hand. Then I took it from Medina to the SI land. I pulled up
14-time singles international wrestling, arm wrestling champion. I said that all fucked up. A Rip Rogers guy. It's the vet, Jamie Williams. The vet. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I don't have any Dominicans nearby.
Oh, thank God.
And so in that aspect, at least, I'm good.
All right, very good. You know, so usually when we end the intro, I've been listening back because I'm kind of an anal retentive professional. You okay there, buddy?
Yeah. I thought I hit the mute button. I clearly thought I hit it.
It's fine.
I did not hit it.
It's fine. Then
Let me try again.
All right, try it again. He's in the cheese. He's trying to cough right now. All right, I hear nothing. All right, he's coughing. For those that are not watching, he is coughing, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. Anyway, so I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to editing this fucking show because I want to make sure that we give everybody the best possible quality show.
Of course.
I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
So with that being said, I got my boy Ray's to send me a couple of extra tracks that maybe we could play in. Like this one right here. It's called I Am by Raise the Ratchet. It's just the instrumentals he's sending me. This is shit that he doesn't even use anymore. But I found a couple of them. So, while we're saying what's up to the people in the chat and shit, and while we're talking, we could, because I don't like the fact that it just dies. That's it, Anyway, my coffee tastes like shit this morning.
I saw that in your face.
And it's because my wife chose, she did choose to rest on her fucking day off and not do grocery shopping.
I don't understand. This would mean that the last time you had a chance to get coffee, you chose to get shitty coffee?
No.
Oh.
She didn't buy half and half. I am using what's called this is because she's lactose intolerant. For those, she can eat here and there, but she'll regret it, if you know what I mean. She didn't buy the half and half. There's no milk. I am using Lactaid. You ever had that shit before?
I don't think so.
I might as well have taken a warm shit into my coffee this morning.
Jeez.
That's how angry I am.
Interesting.
Anyway, Tell me a little bit about what's going on with you. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, right now we got some people in the chat. Who's in there right now?
Well, I see Frank. You got Jerome with an N. Mike Martin. Let's see, who else do we got?
Frank's Pickle Barrel ass is here.
I said that one. I think that's all we got right now. Scott Woodford.
Well, where the hell is Canada Spaceman?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird.
Know.
I'm worried.
Well,
Cujo 62 is in the house.
I think Spaceman's okay. He was with us on the Impact attack, so
Okay.
as
Well,
of
anything can
2
happen.
days ago, he's still alive. But,
Scott Woodford's here. Mike Martin. Pierce Austin live. You said that, right?
I didn't say Pierce, but yeah, I did say a lot of these people. So they're all here. They're all here now.
What's up, Chad? What's going on, guys? Hey, listen, I need a favor from you guys in the chat. So those who follow me and the vet over here on social media, I would like you to tag me because I'm the one who kind of writes up the show and stuff like that. And I don't think you want to be bothered with that, right, vet? Anything having to do with anything technical regarding the show?
Not particularly, no.
Okay, so you can tweet me at Big Ray Hernandez or tweet us both at Big Ray Hernandez and the Opinion Haver at Opinion Haver. I'm sorry, not the Opinion Haver, at Opinion Haver on Twitter. And what I would like you guys to do is, if you could, shoot me topics that you would want during the 3 count. Because I don't want to just talk about what I want to talk about. I don't want to just talk about what Vet wants to. Well, actually, Vet, you never really tell me what you want to talk about. It's like you just go with it, don't you? Okay. He shakes his head yes.
It's a fun surprise for the people.
It is
and
a
myself.
fun surprise for the people. But anyway, I really want you guys to be a bigger part of this. So what I'm going to do is about a day or two before, or maybe the night before, each recording, when we go live, I would like you guys to shoot me some news topics. It could be anything. Okay, it's going to be people's choice. So I'm just going to put that out there for you, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, anything else you wanted to chat about, Vet? I just wanted to see how you were doing and what's going on in California. I hear that you guys don't have a fucking governor. Should we do the 3 count gimmick and then just talk and get into that?
Yeah, nothing else to say. I got a PS5. So
No, you didn't. How?
Yeah. With my skills, I fought the bots and I won.
You mean skills? What kind of skills do you need?
The skills to get a PS5.
No, I'm dead serious, bro. I'm like a late period. Like, what do you mean? You got? I've been trying to get something. Can I have it? It's not
Sure.
for me. It's for my son.
Sure. I'll
He's
send
earned
it
it.
right over. Send it right over.
Do I?
Yeah,
am
you
I-
just.
Go ahead. Continue. I'm
Well, I
sorry.
was just gonna say you gotta maybe follow one of those social media accounts that gives you the tips on when sales are gonna go live and everything, and then you just try your best. There's really no trick to it. So,
Don't you lie to me. I gotta
Are you
fix
talking-
this shit.
you
No, I'm talking to you.
somebody in the chat.
I'm talking to you. I had to fix this because this is making me fucking look too red. Am I right? How do I look now?
What are you talking about?
My face, dude. The camera keeps shifting colors. It's annoying me. I'm so fucking anal retentive. You know that.
Yeah, who gives a shit, bro?
Oh. Wow.
I don't think this is like appointment television where people are just putting this up on their, OLED 4K Ultra HDR
Well, then
just to look at you.
they'll be in for
or
a big
me.
surprise. 'Cause I look like the shits right now.
Wow.
Sonic the Hedgehog is here. Thank God. Oh wait, that's not the guy we were waiting for, right?
Well, we love Sonic.
Mike Martin, we said that. Scott
Yes, sir.
Woodford. Hey Scott, your son's gonna come today. Or are you gonna hang out with us for the rest of the show? I'm just asking. Just wondering. What's more important, like family or this internet show?
That's on demand after we're done.
Dude, how dare you? How dare you?
Well,
Seriously.
technically, his son's always on demand too. So I mean, he exists, but
I fucking miss Jen, man. I don't see her.
Well, why not?
Well, she started a new job. So I work 4 to midnight. I'm out of the house by 2:00. She works. Well, she leaves the house like around fucking 6:30 in the morning. She starts at 8:30. She leaves at 7. I'm sorry. She starts at 8:30. Excuse me. And she don't get home till like 8, 9 o'clock at night sometimes.
It sounds like a fantasy life.
Maybe for you, but for people that actually love their wives, and I've been with her for 7, 8 years, bro. I ain't tired of her yet.
Well, then don't be in a hurry. Just enjoy the time apart because absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, I made a promise that to all the people out there on social media that I was going to debut a new soundbite. Are you ready? This is a good one. Are you ready for this one?
Let's hear it.
Whoa, baby.
There you go. Try it again.
Whoa, baby.
Nothing.
Where'd you pick that one up?
It's been Hameen. So apparently,
Was that on your appearance that since
No.
now you have all this wifeless free time or whatever where you showed up on Light the Fuse and proceeded to give AEW a colonoscopy with your tongue about how great it is and how much you love it now. Yep. See, look at Mike. He knows.
Mike Myers says, you'll stay married forever with that schedule. So this is what she's doing. So since she's a director now, she can make her own schedule. They need her there more during the week. But what she is going to do is she's going to, so I'm off Wednesday, Thursdays. She's going to be off now Thursdays and Fridays. That way we each get one full day, excuse me, apart. Does that work?
It's a start.
All right. Seems like you have low energy, buddy. You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right, man.
What's the matter, man? Talk to me. Like it's just you and me. Nobody fucking.
Nothing really. Just I don't know. My voice is kind of I'm losing it a little bit, so I'm just trying not to.
I thought it was just me.
No.
No, I mean, like my throat's been hurting. Like the lymph nodes are a little swollen. My tongue, for some reason, on this side.
So you've already turned it into something about you again.
So,
so I wanted to
Jesus
talk about.
Christ.
I wanted to talk about that AEW appearance, Ray.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Appearance.
About me. No, it's about me. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, well now it's about what I want and I want to talk about it. So this is a guy who it wasn't that long ago. I believe it was on even around the time we started this show is you were letting everybody know how Tony Khan is a mark and he's just turning this into WCW and just all this other stuff. Now all of a sudden, a couple of wrestlers that Ray likes shows up, and AEW is they're just doing big things and they're movers and shakers and they're changing the game and all this other stuff. So, would you like to explain yourself?
Yeah, I don't have to. How's that? How's that one taste? A little chocolate.
Boring.
So all right. So if you want me to explain myself.
Content.
All right, so here's a fucking deal, okay? I'm the type of person that if I think something sucks, I'm gonna say it sucks, and until it changes and it doesn't suck anymore, I will continue to say it sucks. AEW for me stopped sucking. They brought in
not
some
that you ever watched it, but
I did. See, this is the thing. All you fucking marks out there think that I don't fucking watch the show. I watch the show every fucking week. All right, I've been watching the show every fucking week. How the fuck do you think I know what's going on? What do you think I listen to the fucking podcast with that jobber Rick Vickery? Fuck him. Hell no. You think I listen to Colin Wysong? Hell fucking no. I don't listen to anybody. Listen to me. I watch TV. I watch the show. Okay, that's number one. All right? Number two, Vet, I have the right to change my opinion, Mr. Opinion Haver. So I changed my opinion. I now like AEW, and I think right now, and I'm dead serious now. I'm serious like a late period.
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Thank you, Tony. I think AEW is a better product than WWE. I'm looking forward to it more every single week. Okay, it's not fucking predictable. Okay, the matches might be Spot Monkey Fest, yeah, sure, but now they got fucking Daniel Bryan. He's like my favorite fucking wrestler. Seriously, like I fucking love Daniel Bryan, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I love that dude. So with that being said, Tony Khan is a nut. I don't know what he takes to wake up in the morning. Probably not just coffee. But you know what? From what I see, the guys and gals that are working for him seem to be very, very happy. And that makes me happy. Is that good enough for you, Mr. Veterinarian?
It'll have to do.
I mean, do I not have the right to change my mind?
I guess it's more so like
It hasn't been. All right, good.
you went from actively attacking with your memes to now definitely supporting and caring with your memes. So
This is. I've had this question so many times this week.
It's like missionary position every single night.
Rad Rob is in the house. It's not like all right, so here's the deal. You know when you go, let's turn it negative. You know when you're going through something, okay? And you're going through this shit by yourself and nobody fucking knows? Well, that's what happened with me. I was going through it quietly. I was watching. I would hate on it. I would like it. You know, and then I find out my fucking son is a fan of it. How would you feel if your 13-year-old's been holding a secret like that for almost a fucking year? How do I not know this? I'm a fucking failure.
the betrayal.
I'm a failure. I'm a fucking failure.
Well, don't be so hard on yourself.
It is what it is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, for the people tuning in for the very first time, I see a brand new name here, the Atlanta Thrasher. Now, that actually is a fucking cool-ass name. And I don't know if this is a picture of you, but you seem to be a very handsome, strapping young lad in this picture. So I'm just going to give you a shout-out there. Rad Rob, like I said, is back in the house. Rick Vickery is now banned from this platform. And, yeah, I think it's time to jump into not the one, not the two, ladies and gentlemen, but it is the motherfucking 3 count.
This is the 3 count with today's biggest stories in pro wrestling, world news, pop culture, sports, and more. And now, back to Big Ray and the Vet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this may not be brand new news to you, but we're the first show to talk about this. So I'm going to throw it up right now. Vet, have you seen what's been going on with our friend, Mr. KO, Kevin Owens, formerly known as Mr. Kevin Steen on the independent circuit, ROH, so on and so forth? Have you been seeing what's going on?
No, I have not.
So apparently, he puts up a Mount Rushmore tweet with the Bucks, and not the Milwaukee Bucks, the Young Bucks, the tag team, terrible tag team. They're terrible, by the way. I don't like them. See, I don't like them. Not a fan of them. I don't get them.
Good.
But I do like Jurassic Express.
Well.
Dinosaur guy is over. His name Luchasaurus.
Okay, so who's the other person on the Mount Rushmore?
Oh, Adam Cole. Baby. So he puts this up. This is, I guess, when they're in the Mount Rushmore of Ring of Honor. Which, do you agree with that in any way? Anybody here agree with that in the chat?
No.
You sure? They're not
Am
the greatest?
am I sure I don't agree with it? Yes.
The Mount Rushmore of Ring of Honor.
Yes.
Why, you think Samoa Joe should be there?
Yes.
Who the fuck is he?
Who's Samoa Joe?
Yeah.
Who's CM Punk? Who's AJ Styles? Who's
Styles?
Who's Bryan Danielson? Who is a lot of people? Who is Nigel McGuinness?
Yeah, but they can't put butts in seats the way Adam Cole can. You kidding me? Baby. No?
I'm not sure he ever drew a ticket.
Oh, Rad Rob, you're a funny fucking guy. KO is the mountain. Well, here's the deal. So for people that don't know what's going on here, it's a big deal. Bleacher Report has been reporting, and also multiple wrestling sites that I actually really do trust, that apparently Kevin Owens' contract is up January 2022. Is he going to AEW too? Like,
Yeah, he's gone. He's out of there.
so let me ask you a question. This is why I bring this up, because you are a veteran of the business, and I actually, and you're an opinion haver, and I actually value your opinion. Oh, also El Generico. That's right, Mike Martin. Sami Zayn's contract is going to be up very, very soon too. Two guys in the WWE that, you know what? Let me hold my opinion. Nobody better. What's going on, buddy? What do you think went wrong with Kevin Owens and a guy like Sami Zayn in the WWE? Because Kevin Owens had his run as Universal Champion or whatever. Never got to that point that I thought he could have. Just like Samoa Joe. Like, Samoa Joe should not be, in my humble opinion, the NXT champion. That guy should have had at least two runs by now with the WWE Championship or the Universal title. So, what is your opinion on this situation?
What situation? Do you mean the question you asked?
Well, first, I'm sorry. First, answer two things. First, do you think Kevin Owens? You said Kevin Owens is gone, right? Okay. That's number one. Give me your opinion on Kevin Owens possibly going to AEW, so on and so forth. A lot of people think it's already a done deal. That's number one. Number two, where do you think WWE fucked up with Kevin Owens? And what do you think they could have done? Or do you think there's a chance that maybe he will stay with WWE?
I mean, there is a chance that he could stay. He's not going to want to, but he might. It might make financial sense for him to, even though it's not like AEW can't offer him more money. But should they be offering him the amount of money based on what he's going to come in and do? It's getting awful crowded over there.
It is. That is true.
So, but I can't think of anything that Kevin Owens has done in the past 2 years that's so great that would make him feel like he needs to stay. Where did they fuck up with Kevin Owens? They fucked up with Kevin Owens the minute they found out that he was funny, because they turned him from being that sort of like evil bully character that he's the best at, or that that I feel like he could draw the most money with, and just turning him into a clown. Now, whatever they give him, he makes it work, but you shouldn't have to be making that much chicken salad and lemonade. You just shouldn't have to. No one should be asked that Herculean task. Same thing with Sami Zayn. I mean, they've got these guys in completely miscast roles. You've got Sami Zayn as the heel and Kevin Owens as the babyface for the majority of the time. That's not the way it's supposed to be.
It didn't work. Then it wouldn't have, that's not what they did on the indies and ROH and nothing like that. And
again, they did a good job doing those things. It's not that they can't do it. It's just that why should they do it? Just because they can fit a square peg in a round hole, but why should they have to? They should just. But I mean, this is a WWE problem. I mean, you can go down the list of people that they've dropped the ball with.
I agree with that.
Don't know what
Frank's
awful means.
Well, the Frank's Pickleborough ass, like, they took away his Papa Powerbomb and they gave him the stunner. Like, it's like giving somebody the leg drop as the finish. The first person you think of is Hulk Hogan. It's very rare where you see somebody like a Shawn Michaels get on the top rope and drop the elbow, but that wasn't his finisher, and you think of Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying? You don't think of Macho Man. Like, that was just a big mistake too, I think, man, taking away his finisher. His Papa Powerbomb was awesome. He could pretty much hit it on anybody, you know? I don't know, man. I think but I'm sorry. Please continue. I
mean, there's really, like, I don't really have to elaborate much further. Everybody that's here pretty much knows that the WWE sucks and everything they do is bad. And they've got really good, talented guys like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and a bunch of others. They have some of the best guys. You know, they spent the past 10 years collecting all the best guys that were left and then just doing nothing with them. So, I mean, I could see him wanting to leave and go somewhere else, but I don't think he's going to have much more to do in AEW just simply because there's not enough hours in the day. That's it.
No, man, I definitely I agree with you, man. I think Sami Zayn also, who's so incredibly talented. That, let's be real, man. The guy is very, very talented. And I think, like you said, they shouldn't be making lemons. What is it? Lemons out of lemonade and shit salad. What is it? What's the term again?
You turn chicken salad out of chicken shit and lemonade out of lemons.
Right. I think with this whole conspiracy theory shit, it could be bigger than what it is, man, in my humble opinion. And Sami Zayn, I think, did the best job he possibly could do with it over the last course. And now also there's a rumor going around. I don't know if you heard about this one, and nobody worth to remember says there is creative in WWE. It's a question. NXT used to, but now is the most uncreative company. And when the booker of the year is your chief rival, it says everything. It's a good point right there, my friend. And I wanted to throw this comment up real quick because we have a new listener here, a new watcher, and Mr. The Atlanta Thrasher. I'm fine with WWE peeps coming to AEW, but having them come in and win all the time just makes AEW talent look subpar. Christian just now lost a match. When's the last time you heard of Hangman Page being in that whole world title picture? You think he's going to get that shot anytime soon there, Vet?
Yeah. Dude, let me explain something real quick. The AEW talent is subpar. Okay? They've got a handful of guys that are decent. Really? Yeah. That's why do you think that Tony Khan is so eager to bring guys over? Because look where he started. He started with like all the garbage of the indies because the WWE had signed all the cream of the crop of the indies. Now guys are becoming available and he's going to be able to get the people that he wants, and then he's not going to have to use Joey Janela on primetime television anymore. Right. You know what I mean? So, and to something that Frank said, Owens not drawing a dime with anyone outside Marks. Not top indie guy, not a TV star. Well, whose fault is that? The WWE is supposed to make these guys into stars. Now, they're supposed to carry their end of the bargain, but let's not act like they haven't, tried to force things on people and continue to do so. That's the whole idea. Like, what are these guys supposed to push themselves? Are they supposed to come into the WWE, sign a contract, and start making demands? Is Kevin Owens supposed to come in on his first day and be like, okay, where's my t-shirt? Where's my action figure? Why don't I have this new gear? Of course, it's up to them, and it's their pettiness that keeps like a lot of these guys from reaching their full potential.
Yeah, Rad Rob, I agree.
It's called what would you call Vince McMahon and what would you call Tony Khan? They're called promoters.
Yeah, they're promoters.
What do promoters do? They're trying to fool you into buying their goods. That's exactly what it is. You have to make me believe that Kevin Owens is worth buying a ticket for. You have to make me believe that Roman Reigns is worth buying a ticket for, or anybody. It doesn't matter. It's not like all your favorite wrestlers are doing all the work themselves, and that everybody that you don't like is a failure because they didn't make it. You got to stop with that mindset as fans. It's a two-way street.
Yeah, I agree. There's also a rumor out there going around that everybody thinks that it's a lock that Bray Wyatt is going to AEW. Well, I just heard yesterday from the same source that gave me all the information on the matches that didn't happen during the pay-per-view, so take that with a grain of salt, that there's a possibility that Bray Wyatt is not going to AEW, is not
going
to
possibility.
Impact, well, is not going to Impact Wrestling,
well,
but in fact is staying in the WWE.
Could be.
What do you think? You think that's a good idea?
No, but I've never been into the guy's stuff in any creative capacity, so actually not in a working capacity either. I don't like his matches. I don't like his gimmicks. I don't like anything about him, and I don't care what he does. But that being said, I also want to. Frank asked me another question where he says, don't you think these guys could hit the gym and dress better? And I assume he's talking about Kevin Owens again. Well, yeah, but if you have one guy that looks like Kevin Owens, it's okay. It's okay to have one guy. Just like it's okay to have one Darby Allin. But the problem is that there's a lot of guys Darby Allin's size, and that looks bad. He should be the one guy that can be like that, but because all of his shit looks good and looks like it hurts, then you buy Darby Allin. But if there's a bunch of like 5'6", 140-pound guys, then that's a bad look. And that's what AEW is trying to do. They're trying to replace their roster with guys that look like somebody or who have been somebody, and they're slowly pushing all those other guys onto dark and dark elevation to do the jobs and pad other people's records.
Right. That's what's happening, man. It's business, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that? And by the way, I'm gonna call you TAT. I'm gonna call you Tat, the Atlanta Thrasher. Tat, listen, I agree. He would be Bray Wyatt would be a fantastic addition to the Dark Order. Braun Strowman, you got Big Red out there, all those guys out there, man. But like the vet was saying, Jesus Christ, it's gonna be a stacked fucking roster. Like, where the fuck are these guys gonna wrestle? Is Elevation, not Elevation, is Rampage gonna be a 2-hour show? I think so. That's a fact. I think that's gonna happen.
It could be. You know, it would free up a little bit of a room if and again, no offense to these guys, they're just out there doing their thing, but it would free up a little bit of TV time if fucking Daniel Garcia and 2.0 weren't on every fucking show all the time. You know?
Yeah, why are these? Did they bone somebody? Somebody get pregnant or something? Like, how are these guys getting so much TV time? I don't see anything in these kids, but I'm just opening a window. I'm going to pause this. Please answer that.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, if they've got pictures of somebody, they got some sort of something, because there's no way that those guys should just come in and just be like all over the show. Especially when you've got like, you know, you brought in CM Punk, you landed the White Whale, okay? So now you've got eyes on you, and what do? You throw those guys out there? That ain't gonna get nobody to stick around. And yeah, I would have put every single person that anybody has ever known on those shows. I don't care if they do like a 30-second promo. I'm making sure I get faces that people know on the programs to capitalize on my big signings. But instead, they're just, you know, it'd be like some Red Velvet versus some, you know, like what? That is not how you know, capture an audience. But maybe they're not into capturing an audience. Maybe they just want to do what they want to do. Who knows? I
feel you, man. All right, man. Listen, I just wanted to quickly move on here. I don't know if you guys watched the A Show with April Hunter. She had a couple of her friends on that you will know who they are. I want you guys to go in and tune in and just check out who was there on the A Show. Colin Weissong is the producer. And this is serious now. I'm taking, going away from whatever character you think I'm playing and stuff. But it is Suicide Awareness Month. And unfortunately, we did lose, you know, a part of this wrestling family in Daphne. And a lot of people are very, very, let's just say that, you know, people are hurting right now regarding that. But there are a lot of other people. There could be people right here watching right now, listening right now, that are going through something. So I'm gonna play this really quickly, guys, and we'll be right back in 32 seconds.
Thoughts of suicide may feel impossible to overcome, but with help and support, you can find hope and meaning. Call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK to speak to a counselor, or visit suicidepreventionlifeline.org. It's free, it's confidential, it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And even if it feels like it, you're not alone.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, again, that is 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. I remember when, you know, on a personal basis, when I was going through a lot of shit, I would say between 2019 and 2020, it was a thought. I'm being real with you guys. I was going through some really, 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 really deep, dark shit. And, you know, for people that say, you know, yeah, of course you have certain people that they crave attention, and you say, oh, this person may just want to, you know, they just need somebody to listen to them. I mean, what does it hurt, man? Am I off here? What does it hurt to listen to somebody who may potentially be hurting? So I really genuinely want you guys to open up your mind and hearts and just know that, you know, there are a lot of times, like in 2019, that you saw me joking and putting up fucking videos, and you know, a lot of people like myself, when I'm going through shit, I hide it through what I do here. You know, so that's it, man. I really want to push that, guys. Again, share that number, and it's true, man. You're never alone. And even if you don't have anybody close to you as a friend, that's available right there. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is there, and these people are professionals and they give a shit. Very simple. Anything you want to add with that, Vet, before we jump into our next topic?
No, not well. I did say this on the Impact Attack, so anybody that watched that may have heard me say this, but and especially regarding Daphne, we know that a lot of her problems stemmed from, you know, a very ugly bump that she took years ago in a hardcore match with TNA or something like that that she did not really want to do, but she ended up doing it. And I had a message for all the, you know, the current wrestlers and the aspiring wrestlers and everybody: don't do anything that you're not comfortable doing under any circumstances. It's not worth it in the end. So if somebody comes up to you with something and you don't feel good about it, don't feel like you have to do it. Don't worry about getting heat or whatever, because you do not want to end up in a downward spiral, you know, just for something that no one's going to remember. So that's what I just wanted to touch on specifically about this individual that we unfortunately lost.
And I'm going to add this. It's almost common sense to a certain point, because in anything, you know, peer pressure, drugs, so on and so forth. I don't know how many people are under the age of 20. I don't know who may be watching this that's a teenager. My son's age 13. You know, peer pressure is fucking real, dude. You know, and you know, I've made this public many occasions. My brother, one of my brothers, he battles drug addiction to this point, to this day, even though he's been sober for a little while. You know, it's an addiction that holds you and keeps you. And Vet just made a great point. He says, don't ever do anything that you're not comfortable with doing. Same thing. When I was young, I was offered drugs. I wasn't comfortable doing it. Why? Because I saw what it did to my brother. Same thing. Now I'm going to correlate this with, you know, with wrestling. And correct me if I'm wrong here, but you've all seen what doing these crazy spots, jumping off fucking balconies and in malls and jumping into the ring, and people jumping from the top of I remember seeing this one guy fucking missed the whole fucking all the chairs and shit. He just came off the roof of the building. The fuck? For $15 and a fucking hot dog? Come on, man. Like, seriously. Just really think about things. Your life is so valuable. And you may not see it. But, and I don't know why I'm going off on this serious tangent, but for some reason, this whole Daphne, and I didn't know her personally. I'm not even going to pretend to know her personally. I watched her on TV, but I do know people that knew her. And you know, you need to really just, I don't know, man. It's just, I'm sorry, man. I don't want to bring this down. Let me change. Let me do a swerve here. Let me do a swerve. If there's anything else you would like to add, Vet, I just don't want to keep this down. It's just that this has been such a big, important topic. I think just dismissing it, not talking about it, is why a lot of people hurt themselves, because they get dismissed. You know, people don't talk to them. You know, people don't want to listen. Like, this society has changed so much. It's gone so much to the shit that people don't even fucking call each other anymore, Vet. You know? Like, when's the last, let me ask you a question, Vet. When's the last, I saw this comedian the other day, right? Me and Jen. And he goes, back when I was a kid, so he's talking about the 70s and 80s, somebody knocked on the door. Oh my God, hey, somebody's at the door. Fantastic. And then nowadays, it's like somebody knocks on the door. You're like, oh, yo, turn off the lights. Who the fuck is that? You know, you look into the peepholes, you grab a fucking knife. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is somebody knocking on my door? Like, we're losing all of our humanity, man. We're not connecting no more, dude. I remember as a kid having a girlfriend and fucking talking on the phone with her for like fucking 4 hours. My friend, me and my boy Ruben, we used to play baseball together. We used to just talk about baseball for like 2 hours. Am I off here, Vet?
No, it's happening, but I can't say I I can't say I don't understand it. The world is becoming less and less a place I want to be a part of. So, but rather than feel sorry for myself, I just retreat into my bubble and I keep myself surrounded with entertainment and I keep myself busy, and I get to talk to you guys a few times a week too with all the podcasts I'd be doing. So it's nice, but not everybody has those outlets. I understand that. I think one thing that I've seen that's kind of alarming is that you see it a lot, and you're talking about you have a young son, Ray. So he's 13, and so he's getting ready to, he's in middle school. He's getting ready to go to high school before too long, right?
Well, this
and
is his last year of middle school.
Right, and a lot of kids, like, they get really depressed around that time because it's a crazy time, and you're hearing a lot more of, like, youth suicides and things like that because, whether it's cyberbullying or just this other stuff. But the thing that kids got to remember too, and it's our job as parents to remind them, is that high school is not the world. It seems like it's the whole world when you're in it because that's all you know, and you haven't had a job, and you never had a real relationship, and you never done what real people in the real world do. So high school seems like it's the end all be all, and it'll be like that forever. So if it seems bad for you in high school, if you get picked on in high school, you're probably thinking this is what the rest of your life is going to be like. It's not.
Nope.
If anybody's out there feeling some certain type of way, just let me tell you, when you get out of high school, everything changes. It's not that same old bullshit. And that goes to the people that think they're the popular kids and they are the bullies and they are picking on people in school. This shit is not going to be what you're not going to be the king of high school when you get out of high school either. You're going to be you're going to be going back to the homecoming football games when you're 25, 30, 35, and it's going to be sad. So but yeah, just know that it's just a time that we all have to make it through, and it's going to be better on the other side.
And also, I wanted to put out there that, look, man, a lot of people have been going through a lot of shit from the end of 2019 till now, and still going through a lot of shit. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people don't have any income, so on and so forth. There are people that are just struggling and fighting every single day to put food on the table, to put a smile on their face. And I'm going to use this this reality of my life. I had a job. People are depressed in their jobs. They're working. They're depressed, at work. And you think it can't get any fucking worse. Well, let's think about this, guys. 2019 wasn't the best year before coronavirus and all this other shit happened. And people said, man, could it have gotten any worse? You've been seeing posts, 2018. Oh, man, this is the worst year ever, right? Oh, fuck, man. It's gotten pretty fucking bad, hasn't it? But guess what? Where there's bad, it can change. You didn't think it could get that bad. Well, you don't believe it or not, it could really get good. When I was working my last job, I was so depressed at that job. And thank God I had a good person that I just happened to run into in the street, who happened to be one of the resident managers, who happened to pull me out of where I was. And now what you see me posting on social media, what you see me saying on it's all true, dude. I fucking love my job. I love where I work. I love the people I work for. And I go to work and I'm happy. And this is why a lot of us, like content creators also, Vet, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. You have a hard fucking day's work. You're having a shitty week. You and I get on this shit and we have fun and we talk and we listen. And that's why I love the chat, by the way, because we get to interact with the people on the chat. We don't get to talk, but we're talking. We don't get to physically talk to you guys, but we get to talk. And this takes away, it helps for like 2.5 hours take away all the bullshit. Am I wrong, man? I understand why you do so many shows, because when I was going through my depression, I'm not saying you're depressed or anything like that, but when I was going through my depression, I was doing like 5 shows a week. And it helped.
Mm-hmm.
It helped. And I was doing shows with guys from Canada. Doing shows with guys from fucking West Philly or wherever the fuck they were from. It's true. It's a good thing, man. Social media can be the shits. Social media could be something fucking awesome. I'm saying just make it awesome.
Yeah.
Try to go ahead, man.
Just to kind of put a button on it,
Yes,
like we all go through it at times, and some of us stay in it longer than others. And if you're one of those people that's always miserable, look at what situations that you're in that you can possibly improve. You may not be able to improve them all, If you're in a shitty job, you may not be able to just leave the job because you have bills to pay, but you can always be looking for another one. You can always be looking for the next thing. You can plan ahead so that you don't have to be miserable every day. Just, there are things we cannot change, but look to change, to make the little changes and see that little bit of progress and set a small goal, achieve the goal. That will make you feel better. And then it can become a chain reaction that lifts you out of whatever hole that you're in. So always look for the little things that you can change until you can change the big ones. And then you make those changes. So
and also remember, every day is another chance to do something different. Every day you wake up and you think, and I thank God for the day I was given. Every day is a blessing, man. Seriously, guys. Try to do one thing. I'm lucky that I'm at a job where every day I get to do something nice for somebody. Try to take the chance to do one nice thing for somebody, if you can. It could be online, leaving a nice comment on somebody that's going through something. It could be in your neighborhood. If you see an old lady that you know from the neighborhood, it's a little crazy and people don't like talking to her, but you see her struggling with some bags, help her out. Do something nice for somebody, guys. And in the words of the great Gangrel.
Do you want to be a mark? Or do you want to leave a mark?
Yes, sir. You want to leave a
Ray's
mark.
made his choice with AEW, so we know the answer to that one. But
that's right. I am an AEW fan.
No, I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Sonic says most people on social media are just there to troll. That's true, but find some entertainment in that and don't get sucked into it. Just read the comments. Don't leave a comment. Just read them and laugh.
And listen, if there's somebody in your life that's negative, that you feel that's gonna give you that negativity, cut them out. I just did it with Rick Vickery. He's a piece of shit. Fuck him. You want to side with that asshole that called me a sexist, homophobe or whatever? Fuck you. Fuck Rick Vickery.
Yeah.
Still love Michael Jargo. Still love Michael Jargo though. He's over with me. Michael Jargo is he's one of the best people you will ever meet in your life. Anyway, so let's jump into the last part of the 3 count here. And wait, what was it? Tat says if Gangrel joined Dark Order, they would have to get rid of grape Kool-Aid and replace it with cherry. Very fucking accurate.
Well, they allow blood on AEW, so
they sure fucking. Wait, whoa. Frank's Bickle, why do you hate Jargo? How dare you?
I think Jargo doesn't weigh enough for Frank to like him.
What does that mean?
Well, he's a size queen, as he's.
Oh well. As he said. Well, Jargo has size.
Yeah.
Right? No. Anyway, so these call him tripod. All right, so we're gonna rapid fire this shit. So Vince McMahon was not at Raw this past week. Raw taping, according to PW Insider Bruce Pritchard. Bruce Pritchard ran the show, but he was getting phone calls and texts from Vince McMahon the entire time. What happened?
Why? Why? He doesn't care enough to be there, but he still wants to talk about it.
In association with this bullshit, there was supposedly like an emergency meeting, and this is what they came up with. Vince is like, "Fuck this shit, I'm done," and he fucking backed off, and he just gave it to Bruce, and he gave it to Bruce, but didn't give it to Bruce. And check this out. I don't know if you heard this one, but according to multiple sources, Bruce Pritchard, his pitch to keep Adam Cole in the WWE was to bring him to the main roster as a heel manager. I would love to hear your opinion on all this shit.
Adam Cole would make a great heel manager. Just one problem, though. They don't do managers anymore.
Nope.
I wish they did, but they don't. So right off the bat, you know that if Bruce knows that, and he's pitching that, then he already knew that there was no chance for Adam Cole. Just like we all knew. Like I knew. I knew that's why he stayed in NXT so long. It's why Gargano and Ciampa are still down there. They've seen what happened to other people. They may not act like they're a certain size in a match, but they know what size they are in real life, and they know exactly what will happen to them if they go up there. Now, if anybody watched Raw on Monday, I'm sure you did, Ray, because
unfortunately, I watched
everything.
Can I just tell you real quick, Yvette? And this is not bullshit. I watched Raw for like the intro when they did the whole fucking Saturday night's main event type feel. Am I wrong there with that?
Yeah, they're definitely
Right?
trying to do that.
And then I started watching, and I'm like, this dude. I watched 10 minutes of Raw, and I found myself switching over to watching tech camcorder review videos on on YouTube. I forgot about Raw. Not interested at all. But I'm sorry. Please.
Well, so if anybody didn't watch it, and I hope that's you, then the whole that like 2 of the 3 hours was basically taken up by a tag team gauntlet match. So there's your creativity, guys. Let's book a 2-hour match.
Shits.
That's what they do. So, and I feel bad for all those guys because it's not their fault, but the workers, I mean. It's definitely everybody else's fault. Well, maybe not the production people. They're just doing what they're told, so it's not their fault either. It's really just the fault of all the people that get all the blame, really. But I'm not really surprised to hear any of this. I mean, you know, whatever Vince McMahon was doing, it's obvious that this is the part I don't get, though. Like, why does it matter so much to him what goes on the show if he's so disinterested in it and he hates everything? Like, why keep ripping up scripts? Why not just use them? And if they suck, they suck. Just let it suck. But at least give people a chance to be consistent, right? Like, if you don't like how something comes in when they hand you a draft, there's a potential that person could be going somewhere with that in their mind, and it could actually turn into something. But if you never let anything start and you never give anything a chance, I mean, you're just going to get stuck with 2-hour gauntlet matches. So I don't know how he's always so busy and all this other stuff, and yet there's no results whatsoever.
Zero. I think there's a good question for you here I have up here. Does anyone even care about the tag teams? No build.
No, they don't. But you saw, if you looked at this and you take away some of the ones that were like obviously put together, like MVP and Bobby Lashley or something like that, like you saw they had a decent chunk of tag teams there. But I don't want to watch them for 2 hours in one match, I just don't.
Oh shit! So. Is this a fact? AEW has 114 wrestlers on the roster. WWE currently has 246 wrestling on contract, despite firing nearly 50 in 2021 alone. This is part of the problem. Yeah, isn't
that what I said? They signed everybody that they liked from all the Ring of Honors and Impacts and everything a few years ago.
It's like it's quality control. It's very simple. The more you have to mass produce something, the worse it's going to be. And this is what's happening with professional wrestling right now. When I was a kid, check this out. When I was a kid, there was this bakery called Honey and Spice, and they used to make they were like famous, dude. They used to make these cheesecake tarts that became very, very, very popular. And you used to have to order them, and a lot of people would order them for their birthdays and stuff like that. What happened is, if I'm correct, the owner was offered I forgot, like there were multiple grocery stores in New York City that wanted to have this stuff, and he started mass producing them, and little by little it started tasting less and less like what we remember it tasting like. People stopped buying it, and then you didn't hear from it again. I think Honey and Spice closed down. So it was just like, you can't have so many wrestlers on the roster that are not doing anything. And it's like, how many 8-man fucking tag teams matches can you have, dude? That's what AEW is doing, though. I don't like. They're trying to jam all these guys in. We didn't see Cody Rhodes. When's the last time we seen Cody Rhodes on TV?
Well, he's always doing other stuff. That's why.
I got it, but he's fucking Cody Rhodes. I mean,
what does that mean?
I mean, he's the fucking man in that.
He thinks he's Triple H and John Cena, and he's neither.
You don't think so?
No.
More Triple H?
No. Well, here's the deal, though. That's the thing. As far as quality control goes, WWE has all the pieces in place to do whatever they need to do. There's a staff of writers. There's all the talent you need. You've got the money for production. You can do anything you absolutely need to do.
Colin Weiss on jumps in. Vet, you can put a flap over your Puerto Rican pelon.
What is that, Ray? What is that?
Your penis.
Is it?
Do you know what the flap comments are coming from?
I mean, he told me about it, but
Well, basically, I'm not gonna get into it, but I made a joke. Okay, it was a joke. It was a jokey joke saying, "Hey, why is Nyla Rose wearing the whole flap? You know, like the thing that Killer Cross is wearing. What do you call that, by the way?
loincloth?
A loincloth." You know, and I said, "Well, you know, he's probably covering his." And I put an eggplant emoji. And I was attacked by one person that didn't think it was a joke. Basically, that person called me homophobic when it's technically not homophobic. It's actually not homophobic. I mean, you know, you could have said I was making fun of transgenders. You know, being homosexual and transgender are two different things, but some people don't know that. And anybody that supports somebody with a thought process like that is a piece of trash to me. So there you go. Why I cut certain people off.
All right. Well, yeah. Speaking of cutoff, let me get back to my point. So, all I'm saying is that WWE has everything they need to do to be successful, and they're just refusing to do it. Whereas AEW is people that are trying things for the first time, and he doesn't have the experience, so it's going to be rough going for a little while, right?
Sure.
So,
I'm sorry. I don't know if Nyla Rose transitioned or not, guys. Genetically,
let's just transition to a different topic.
Genetically,
How about
she's
that?
a man, baby. Yeah, what?
Just
All right, so and I'm just gonna run through this really quickly. WWE officials not surprised Cole's appearance at All Out. They were not surprised with his appearance, and apparently WWE and the people in power of WWE, they view Daniel Bryan and wait, let me see. Ringside News adds. They were told no one in power at WWE views Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole as a big loss. Bullshit. I call bullshit on that one. Because if that wasn't the fact, then they wouldn't be having emergency meetings. Vince McMahon would have been at Raw. Things would have continued to go as usual. Vince McMahon is an animal of he's predictably unpredictable. Am I off here? And the fact that he does this crazy shit, come on, get the fuck out of here. Of course, Bryan Danielson. By the way, big shout out to Jim Ross. Daniel Bryan. Yeah. Oh, fucking, you got to love Jim Ross, dude.
You got to. Well, I mean, obviously they didn't think it was a big loss because they let it happen.
Yeah.
So in their mind, they do think it's not a big deal. It's not like they were surprised that he actually did it. Like they thought it was a bluff. Like they knew it was going to happen.
All right.
But they also couldn't have done anything really to make him stay either. So.
Hey, what about when Jim Ross was like, Ruby Riott wins, and you have the fucking mask guy. What's his name? What's the guy with the mask? I always forget his name. The announcer. Excalibur's like, yes, Ruby Soho wins. Soho. And leave the old man alone, dude. Let him call. Jim Ross has earned his spot. He could fucking call people fucking George Washington if he wants to call him that. It is what it is. People, we know what he means. Stop it. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Jim Ross is one of the very few people on social media that will interact with you a lot. Not only that, on his if you're cool enough to get on his personal Facebook, not the fake, you know, they have those fake pages that they say, oh, I'm Jim Ross, and they use their real fucking, that's not really them. Mm-hmm. This is how you know whether somebody is a shoot Facebook page or not. I'm going to give you a hint. This is what you do. Look at their friends list. And if a lot of wrestlers that you know are friends with them, or if Bill Apter is a friend of them, then you know it's a shoot. Look for Bill Apter. I guarantee you, then you know it's a shoot Facebook page. Anyway.
Sir Jam asked me a question.
What is it?
He said, is that too many surprises for one show? No, I don't think so. Because you had to pay $60 for it, allegedly. So you might as well get some surprises. Sure. I heard a lot of people saying that they should have held off on the Daniel Bryan thing for a later thing, but not really. I think it's good here to put it as a premium thing, like as a reward for all the people that purchased the pay-per-view, which is apparently a record for them. I don't know exactly the number that they ended up with, but Tony Khan said it was a lot, so I'll just take his word for it. But as a reward, just look at it as a reward. You bought the pay-per-view and you got a bunch of stuff that happened. And then now, if you didn't buy the pay-per-view and you see what you missed, maybe now you will watch Dynamite to see what happens next, and then Dynamite will get a good rating as a result. Because now we know Daniel Bryan's there. So I don't think
I don't
it's
agree
going to
with
be
that, Mike.
I don't think it's I don't think it really took away from his shine. His shine already came. It was but I don't know. I just think that whatever they would have done, someone's going to say, "Oh, they should have done this or that." Well, get your own wrestling promotion. I mean, it's growing pains. Tony Khan doesn't always know what he's doing all the time. He's just taking stabs at it and doing his best. So yeah, he's going to do some stuff that maybe he shouldn't do. I don't necessarily think this is one of them, though. Just look at it as, again, you purchased the pay-per-view, you got rewarded for the pay-per-view, and maybe now the interest will be, elevated for the future TVs.
Yep. Don't disagree. And lastly, we go away before we jump into NXT. According to Cassidy Haynes of Bodyslam.net, Cody Rhodes will return to AEW television within a month. Sources told Haynes there are big plans for Rhodes when he comes back. So I'm going to put this out to you guys in the chat, and I'm going to put it out to you, Vet. So Cody Rhodes is one of the many faces of AEW. He is the Triple H of AEW, apparently, whatever, so on and so forth. What would you do with him? Who would you have him feud with? Would you put him in a ring with with CM Punk right away? Would you put the title on him? What would you do with Cody Rhodes? Would you create a faction around him?
Cody can't win the title, Ray.
Why not? Greg Gagne did.
Because he lost a stipulation match that says he can never be the AEW champion.
Shut the front door. You serious?
Well, I thought you watched every show.
How long ago was that?
You've been watching.
How long ago was that?
But you've been watching.
I've been watching recently. Do I have to fucking...
You watch when CM Punk showed up.
I've been watching...
I've been watching every show for 3 weeks.
I've been watching for about 2.5 months straight.
Man,
and then
that ain't shit.
And then, hold on, and then on and off for about a year.
Mostly
on and off. Mostly off.
Well, look, I've had enough Cody Rhodes in my life. I don't need any more. So I really can't answer the question what they want to do with him. He always seems like whatever he does is just way too over dramatic and like calculated, kind of like John Cena. That's the John Cena part of him, where he tries to make everything a bigger deal than it is, and people just kind of groan. Like what was that weird speech he gave about, like when he was out there talking about how he's gonna have a biracial kid and that's historically important, or some stupid shit that he was saying. He had this long promo and everybody was just like, "What the hell are you talking about, man?" It was just weird. Yeah, I don't know.
He said he's gonna have having a biracial kid is.
Tell me, you did not just say that.
Somebody in the chat can explain exactly what he said, because I don't remember, but it was something very, very stupid and pointless about his kid. He was like crying about being so proud that he's able to bring a biracial child into the world, or it was something stupid. It was something stupid that he said. Everybody knows what I'm talking about, but they may not remember. Cody Rhodes is the worst parts of Jeff Jarrett and Triple H. Yeah.
What was that?
And Society Review said Cody Rhodes is the worst parts of Jeff Jarrett and Triple H. And don't forget John Cena. There's a lot of John Cena in there.
Oh my God, Cody Rhodes is the chicken nuggets of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
He is the chicken nuggets of pro wrestling.
I say dummy. Yeah.
Well, since we're talking about Cody, I could tell a quick story here.
Oh, yes, please.
So, part of our training at OVW was Rip would have us do this. Like we would have to mat wrestle guys, not like shoot amateur, but just practicing the gimmick holds and stuff like that. So he would just basically say, hey, just chain wrestle, and then after like a couple minutes he'd blow the whistle, and then you rotate partners, so like everybody kind of works with everybody else around the room, right? So we always had guys coming in and training and stuff like that. And so this one day, I see this kid, and like it's our turn, and we're doing a little wrestling around. But what I notice is like he's got wrestling boots on, but they're like these big goofy yellow wrestling boots.
Like
and I was like,
boots?
yeah, I was like, what is this kid, a Hulk Hogan mark? Like what But I was just like, I was just like, whatever. We did the thing. I don't remember whatever maybe we were working an arm back and forth or whatever the case may be. And then the whistle blew and it said, shook hands as, and moved on. So I didn't think anything of it. Then I go to the weekly television taping at the Davis Arena, and they announced that, they announced somebody coming out, and there's like, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, son of the American Dream, Cody Rhodes. And out walks that kid with the Hulk Hogan boots that I was wrestling the previous day. And I was like, what? I didn't know Dusty Rhodes had another son. Like no one knew at that time. It was like a complete. And then I was like, in retrospect, I was like, oh, the yellow boots weren't Hulk Hogan's. They were like his dad's. It was his dad's yellow boots, and he probably wore them for luck or some sentimental goofiness like that. I see now.
That's fantastic. That's a great story, dude. And how was he like the first time out?
Not bad.
Was he a natural?
No, the natural. They call him the natural.
Remember that?
God, that's the shits.
And Rhodes,
yeah. He seemed like he had an aptitude for it, but I was like showing him stuff and teaching him stuff in that brief period. So like he definitely had not been doing it long, if very much at all. So
well, I gotta make an announcement, man. This is how can I put this?
All men and women created by go. You know the thing.
Trying to put into words. I feel like our president. I can't really put everything together. This is the last time, officially, you are going to hear this song. Next week is the big reboot of NXT, ladies and gentlemen. But I'm keeping this fucking background. I am not the one you see up here with the big ray. I am not putting no fucking Bob Ross fucking painting and none of that bullshit. I like this. This is cool. The black and yellow. Remember that song back in the day, bro?
Mm-hmm.
You was fucking.
Khalifa?
You was cutting people in the face to that shit. You was leaving $1.50 across the face. The fucking razor blade you kept in your cheek. Come on.
Yeah.
Where did you have a blade? Did you ever? No, you never did that shit. You never cut yourself.
Mm-mm.
No. If you did, where would you hide the blade?
I would definitely use the wrist tape. I've heard people like keeping it under their tongue and shit. I'm like, what for? You're gonna have the whole match go on, dude. Fuck that. I won't even have the blade at all. Just tell the ref to hand it to me when it's time. Fuck that.
I don't know. But I'm sad, man. Remember before that when we first started this, how I hated this song, and then little by little it grew on me. But Vet, I can't do it justice. I'm gonna let you introduce this song for the very last time, because next week we're getting what's the guy's name? MC Hammer or something? Who's the guy that sings the new NXT song?
Wale. You were close though.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. MC Hammer was almost Wale.
Is there a let me see something here. I'm trying to find out. They don't have an extended version of that new NXT song, do they?
Not yet. And when I looked it up last time, they didn't have a name for it either. They just kept saying the new song by Wale. So it's not like an existing song from one of his other albums that he's just licensing to the show. So it'll be I guess a new song that he made just for it.
Oh, wait a second. Could this be it? I don't know. I'm only gonna play a very short version of it. This is it, right?
Sounds like it.
Down south slang, when you living too fast, keep it true to self and never.
All right, cut it. We can't. Yeah.
All right. So actually, there is a full version. Hold on.
Pay attention, take note. You over 40 and move on work better be by the phone.
All right. So interesting. So I did find it here. It's called Down South by Wale.
All right.
All right. So now we know. And knowing is half the battle. But
I think you wanted me to introduce
yes.
for the final time and I'm sure she'll be back, Ray, so don't get too sad. She'll probably come back with all new music, and she'll probably do live performances at takeovers just like she always has. So don't be too sad. But for now, this will be the last time that we hear from NXT Celebrity Wing Hall of Famer first ballot Poppy and her smash hit single Say Cheese. So
ladies and gentlemen, it is time for NXT 9/8/2021. Ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT September 7th, 2021. And ladies and gentlemen, this show was a banger. Was it a good banger? Was it a bad banger? Who knows? So,
we know because we watched it, and there's really nothing good about it, as I'm sure you'll agree, and we're about to prove.
Well, I'll say this. Remember how last week I said I am not looking forward to watching this show at all? Right?
Right.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. But what I noticed is that I think they're planting those little fucking seeds. You know, we're going to see multiple people character changes. I think there'll be some title changes next week. Anyway, overall, it wasn't the shit. But we'll start off with the person I think is the ultimate shits on the entire roster. I don't like her, but she is actually a very good wrestler. And that's Ember Moon. Ember Moon faces Kaylee Ray. Kaylee Ray. Say that 4 times fast or whatever. Ember Moon loses this match. She goes down. Now, I said this last week, and every time I see Kaylee Ray in the ring, I think more and more it solidifies my opinion on this young lady, this performer. She's just there. She's just a wrestler. She's not bad. She's not great. There's nothing that stands out about her, in my humble opinion. I don't know. Wow, Disco Oil Swayze, what's going on, buddy? What did you think of this match, man? As Ember Moon, she goes down. Wow, how did she lose this fucking match? She got hit with the KLR bomb.
Yeah, which is like a gory Guerrero bomb.
Yeah, gory. What is it called? The gory special? Was that what it was called? And Ember Moon, listen, man. Again, I don't like Ember Moon, but it seems like, and backstage they had a whole interview with her and shit like that. We'll just talk about it right now. She's like, oh well, I'm tired of being the way I am. I'm paraphrasing, and so I guess they're redoing her again. You know, she's like, oh, I lost my tag team partner, and I lost who I am. I can't lose this belly, but I did lose this match, and
she's like, I know what I need to do now.
What do you need to do?
What
does she need to do? What does she need to do, Vet?
She's probably gonna go back to the old Ember, you know, the werewolf vampire thing. Whatever it was.
You think so?
No more Furiosa. Wow.
My chapstick is finally shipped. Yes, I'm not going to the store. You know, I've been to 6 stores.
Get a
6
special
stores.
order some chapstick.
I had to fucking order chapstick on Amazon because every time I go to the stores here in New York City. Excuse me, I'm gonna cough. And I'm like, hey, do you have chapstick, right? And the guy goes, what is chapstick? I'm like, chapstick, dude, chapstick. And I pull up like this one's almost done. And then he's giving me fucking Vaseline. No, I don't want that. I want chapstick. You have chapstick, and then he pulls the fucking, what do you call the shit that when you have a cold sore?
Like the Vicks.
Not the Vicks. You don't put the Vicks on your lips.
Dude, I don't get cold sores either because I don't have fucking herpes, Ray.
Oh
so
my
I don't know what it's called.
Whoa. What is it called, guys? I know a lot of you guys have herpes and shit. You know, you put this little blue round gimmick bottle thing.
Mentholatum?
I don't know what the fuck it's called. Anyway, they give me that shit. They give me fucking Vaseline. I don't want none of this shit. One guy actually handed me KY jelly, not Caramex. Fuck. Anyway, I'm gonna do
Frank suggests Burt's Bees, also a good one.
Burt's Bees is not bad, but they don't have any of that shit here. The guy look when I Blistex, thank you. Yes, Blistex. Guys, they handed me fucking Blistex and the little fucking blue gimmick. I don't know fucking Blistex. Have you ever put Blistex in your lips? Number 1, it tastes like shit. Number 2, it fucking makes your mouth numb. It's terrible. Wait, what is it? Society Review says, no, Ray, you are on your own, herpes boy. I don't have herpes. I just want my lips not to be dry.
Well,
anywho, so listen, I thought Ember Moon did a fantastic job in this match. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I thought she wrestled a good match. This was a nice little match between these two girls. Again, Kaylee Ray didn't impress me. So please break this down for me. Anything that stuck out to you, it's on you, man.
Oh, well, nothing really stuck out. It's exactly what you said. It's just a match. It wasn't really too hyped up. There's really no reason for it to take place. They had a fine match, a cold match. I couldn't really pick out anything that I wanted to criticize, and I didn't really see anything I wanted to praise, other than just the general fact that, you know, for a women's match, the timing on a lot of their stuff was pretty good compared to
I agree.
what we've been seeing. I mean, we did watch this weekend. We did watch a what the battle royal thing on All Out, whatever you call that thing.
Wow, wouldn't see that. Now, that's an example when AEW goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyways, but yeah, so it was fine. It was a fine match, but everything else that you said, you basically already covered it all.
All right. Well, then I don't have it fucking queued up. It's too bad. It is what it is. Anyway, wait, where is my then you shouldn't have said a thing? Oh no.
Yeah, you can't lose that. That's got to be that's number 1 on the list.
Wait a second. Did I delete it?
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
All right, guys, show's over. Sorry, show's over.
Oh no, dude, I'm really fucking upset here. I don't have then you shouldn't have said it. I deleted it by mistake. Unfucking believable. What did I replace it with? I replaced it with.
It better not have been your new one with the whatever Ben said. Yeah, baby, or whatever.
I think I replaced it with that.
Oh no, that's not worth it.
And I have a new version of To the Moon. I have this one.
To the moon! Woo, yeah!
Much better version. Fuck, man. Shit. Anyway. All right. I'll get that back next week, ladies and gentlemen. You shouldn't have said it.
Society Review says, why does every Scottish woman sound like an old-timey children's novel?
That's a good question.
Well, the answer is because, you answered your own question. Because this is they all do sound like that because that's where they come from.
Bro, what am I going to do here? I don't have the fucking clip. Then you shouldn't have said it.
We'll just have to we'll just have to do it manually now.
Can you just laugh so I can record that? All right, fine. All right, so next week we get I'm sorry, the next segment we get Danny Burch and Orny Lorcan. They're backstage with their pals and they're being interviewed. And Burch says that listen, Governor, you gonna fear me, huh? Isn't it right, Governor? That's basically their interview backstage. Is that on point?
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Not that I was listening because
no.
it just wasn't. It's these guys. It's the boring guys. I'm not going to pay attention to this.
Is it the boring guys?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, this is such.
But they got Mackenzie Mitchell to interview the boring guys. But then she's also at the bachelorette party. So Mackenzie Mitchell getting around here, really earning her.
Hey,
her
watch
paycheck.
your mouth. Watch your mouth.
What?
She's getting around. She's a decent young lady. Mackenzie is. Back from commercial break, excuse me, we get Indy Hartwell's bachelorette party. So, I'm going to let you break this one down.
Well, much like the boring guys, I really wasn't paying attention to this. But really nothing happened. This is the most boring bachelorette party that ever existed. It's just them sitting around a table talking about bullshit and making half-assed jokes. And then Candace gets the idea that she's going to surveil the boys' bachelor party. And so that's where we take off from there. But nothing really happened at this one.
I beg to differ, my friend.
Oh, please.
Okay. So I forgot the young lady's name, but her real partner in real life. So she says, I have my friend who came all the way from New Zealand. All right. That's her girlfriend. The girl with the earring, the nose ring and shit. That's her lover. That's her girlfriend, her wife.
That's Indy Hartwell's girlfriend?
Yes. I can't remember her fucking name. I'm trying to look through her social media real quick to see if I can get her name. But anyway, that girl is a wrestler from New Zealand, and they've been together for quite some time, actually. And it's so funny because every time Indy Hartwell posts a picture with Dexter Lumis, and she's always the first to comment, like, "Oh, good luck, best of luck and shit." Like some. So, I know. This is a kind of a stretch here, but do you see any potential that some jealousy could happen? Maybe they bring this girl in to kind of disrupt the wedding moving forward. I have some people saying that that Austin Theory's going to come and disrupt the wedding, so on and so forth. I'm going to try to get this girl's name, but that's a little Easter egg that a lot of people probably did not notice.
Well, I'm glad someone was paying attention.
Well, I had to. It's part of my job. I'm losing my voice, dude. I cannot find it. Does anybody know this girl's name? The name of her partner?
They're the chat. They know everything.
Well,
just give them a second.
I'm waiting. Anyway,
you just asked. But in the meantime, do you want to move on to the next?
Sure. Why the fuck not?
Because it's got your favorite guy.
Hey, can I tell you a secret?
What's that?
I started falling asleep at the beginning of this match.
Oh, but it's Carmelo Hayes, your favorite.
It is the greatest of all time. You didn't hear his theme song, right?
What would he think if he knew you fell asleep? His one fan.
Oh wait, Frank's Pickleball asked Sweet Cheeks McGee. That is not her name, asshole. That is not her name. Anyway, again, good match between these two guys. I don't know, man. You get the what do you call these guys? What's the name of the fucking faction? Damn it,
Phantasma, Legado,
yeah, they get involved in shit, and the kid loses.
And they have, but with one important difference, because now they have Carmen Sandiego.
Dude, she's fucking smoking hot, bro. I don't care what the hell she is, and she has this mouth about her. I want to talk to you off air because I don't want to get struck.
I see. Well,
I'll explain to you why she is so attractive to me.
Well, in going with our continuing rating system, she ended up taking off her coat to body slam. She did body slam Carmelo, right?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, and let's just say I'm gonna have to say, just from what I saw, that's got to be a 10 also, right?
So this is her and her partner on social media.
Okay.
That's the young lady that was there. Still can't get her fucking name. Oh wait a second. She signed to WWE. Persia. Oh God, I can't read.
Well,
Persia.
Well, that ain't gonna stay.
Huh?
I said, well, that name ain't gonna stay.
You don't think so? Persia? Maybe they just call it Persia. Pirota.
Yeah. All right. The chat's now catching up to my Carmen San Diego comments.
Your ex-girlfriend's favorite wrestler. That's what she has on her Instagram. I'm gonna follow her.
All right, great. I venture to say no one cares about her anymore, and we moved on to this chick with the amazing ass that body slammed Carmelo Hayes and dressed like Carmen San Diego with the hat and the coat and everything.
Yo, we'll give the ass ranking.
Yeah, it's got to be a 10 based on what I saw, unless that's a false 10 and she had some heels on or something. But
Nope.
still can't be any less than a 9.
She's a 50. Go to her Instagram when you have a chance. Incredible.
All right.
And fuck, I see. You shouldn't have said it is gone, but I still have this.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please continue. So Carmelo Hayes loses the match.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm done with this.
Yeah. Carmelo Hayes, he loses the match after she gets body slammed onto the ground outside. Then he gets hit with the Phantom Driver for the 1, 2, 3. Okay, we see Casey Catanzaro. This is the K sounds. Did I get that right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm learning here. The K sounds. They're warming up backstage. We get a WWE.com video where Michael Bivens introduces the Creed brothers, new members of the Diamond. I can't wait to talk about this, bro.
But you don't have to because it's right now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the two most dangerous fucking guys I've ever seen since I saw a green tag team enter the AWA for the first time. That tag team was the Road Warriors. Bro, wow. So first and foremost, these two Creed brother guys, right? They come in the ring, and when they're interviewed, they have like this kind of like, oh gosh, golly look about them, about themselves.
Right.
And they transform into fucking killers.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could see it, and they're not the same guys that were being interviewed back there, Vet. I was like, what the fuck? They beat first and foremost, they couldn't have picked two guys that looked any more homely than fucking Chucky Viola and Paxton Averill, whatever the fuck his name's. Oh my god, Vet.
That guy almost had the George Jefferson haircut.
Yo, what's that comedian that he does those he got famous on YouTube or whatever the fuck, and he does like these really fucking terrible interviews with very famous people, and they get like kind of nervous around him. Young black kid, skinny guy. He had a movie that came out that it was kind of like it was a prank movie where it was a movie but nobody knew they were in the movie. Can't remember this fucking guy's name.
Chat.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, dude, what did you think of this match? What did you think of the Road Warriors? 1982. Eric Andre, yes, Eric Andre. He looked like fucking Eric Andre, dude.
Oh yeah.
Do you know who Eric Andre is?
Yes, I know who Eric Andre is.
Right.
I just didn't know him from your description.
It is what it is. It's a very funny movie if you haven't seen it. Came out in 2020.
Okay. Yeah, so this was it's not as bad as it looked.
Are you sure?
Yes. I saw some skill and control in what they were doing.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow,
dude,
okay.
I've seen people that don't know what they're doing. I've been manhandled by people that don't know what they're doing. I know exactly what it looks like when they don't know what they're doing. These guys are green, but I didn't see anything that was like relatively unsafe. It's just maybe not have been fun to be on the receiving end of it, but I don't think anybody was gonna, yeah. I think everybody will be fine here. I think George Jefferson and the other guy will be just fine.
Those guys I don't know if they were selling that they were scared or they were legit scared. And that finisher, wow. So these guys are basically two shooters, legit badass wrestlers. That finish is beautiful. And then he hits him with that was one of the stiffest clotheslines I've seen in a long time. Wow. I like these guys, dude. I thought I wouldn't like them, but do you like them, Vet? I'm losing my voice if I sound a little weird, by the way.
No, I mean, I just need to see some more. But this is a gimmick that can work. Yeah. It's just that, okay, look, what I'm always espousing the fact that we need to get more sports, more wrestling related, less of these cartoonish gimmicks and soap operas type thing. Like, that's kind of where I feel like this needs to go in order to be successful and survive in a UFC dominated sports landscape, right?
Right.
However, traditionally this kind of stuff does not fly because it's too boring in Vince McMahon's eyes, I guess. Like, it's too close to amateur wrestling. He doesn't want that. He wants something a little more, with a little more pizzazz.
I don't know. This has looked good to me, brother.
No, it looked good, but it doesn't matter how it looks to us. It's not our company. So that's what I'm saying. Like, where I think that it's going to be like, okay, this is good for NXT, but and Vince McMahon sees these guys, but he's not looking at the gimmick. He's looking at how he can, like, put these guys in, like a fucking, I don't know, a dress or something. They'll be wearing dresses. They'll be like two big Vitos or something. Like
but didn't Vince McMahon just sign that kid that won the gold medal in the Olympics too?
I guess so.
He did.
And then if that's the case, then is he gonna want to have two similar gimmicks? So maybe he give these guys a different gimmick and let him be the Olympic hero, or maybe he just throws them all together like in a group because that's uncreative and lazy. Like, but either way, you're going to have the word wrestling said a lot more in your programming, and I don't know if he's going to like that. So, I'm worried for these kids' future, but what I saw here was a promising start.
I agree, man. I thought those guys were fucking badass. Like, I was watching the match and I'm like, oh fuck. I rarely do that anymore, except when Walter Ford Dragunov, excuse me.
Right. And so yeah, I like it. It makes the Diamond Mine seem more legit to have these guys in it. So it's nice. They needed something to replace dear Rat Boy, who we unfortunately lost.
Poor kid. What is nobody better, formerly nobody worth to remember, says, and what that kid did for 1 year after that, he had Kurt Angle, and what are they talking about here?
Made him into a clown until TNA. He's saying, like, at a certain point, Kurt Angle was a kind of a badass, and then he turned into the cowboy hat wearing, milk drinking goofball.
He still got it over though.
He did, but Kurt Angle's a special individual. You can't count on everybody to be a Kurt Angle.
No, Kurt Angle's. That's why. See, maybe I love these kids so much because guys like Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle is my favorite wrestler of all time. For those that don't know that, I love Kurt Angle. Everything he's ever done, I love him. I love his run in TNA. I love his run in WWE. I love it. I love him. Everything he does.
I'm sure you listen to his podcast with Conrad every single week without fail.
I do not.
Oh, geez. Well, what kind of a Kurt Angle fan could you even be?
I'm a
He had Randy Couture on this week.
Did he really?
He
What's
had
the name of the podcast?
Nice long chat with Randy Couture. And before that, he had a nice long chat with John Bernthal because that's his brother-in-law.
Time out. What's the name of the podcast?
The Kurt Angle Show.
I'm going to the Kurt Angle Show. Okay.
Pretty sure that's it with Conrad Thompson.
It's a great podcast. Frank's Pickleball. Well, if he puts it over, Frank puts it over. Okay, so back from commercial break, we have the Ember Moon thing we spoke about, and then we get a Hit Row promo. Isaiah Swerve Scott laughing, saying that he should have seen Elektra Lopez coming. Elektra Lopez is so fucking gorgeous. B-Fab comes on, and this young man says that she's going to beat her up.
Ray.
What?
Come on.
No dick flaps? All right, fine. Be Fabulous says that she's going to, basically beat her up.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Can we move on from this? Oh, do you want to say anything about
I was just going to say, I keep forgetting that Swerve is the North American Championship. I forget that belt exists, and I forget that he is the champion.
Is he?
Yes.
We got the K-Sounds going for the NXT Women's Championship. These girls need to be heels.
The K-Sounds?
They're too small. But they're good. They're good. Like, I did not enjoy this match. I enjoyed this match. But this says a lot about the K-Sounds when you have Zoe Stark and Shariah, what was it, Sheree, right? It says a lot when those two are not on the same page and they still beat these girls. Because the whole story of this match, if I'm correct, was that Sheree and Zoe cannot work together, and you could see it during the match. Sheree, most of the match, wanted to fight the match by herself. She didn't want to tag her tag team partner, but you have the other two girls who were a lot smaller, but they worked like a well-oiled machine, right? And they should have won. At one point, I got to tell you something, Vet. At one point, I thought they were going to win when they did that whole top rope spot where what do you call that gimmick when they picked her up and dropped her on the second rope?
I don't know. I think they invented it. So,
well, whatever it is, it's actually not a bad finisher. It's kind of a cool finisher. And I thought it was over, but no, Sheree comes in, makes a save, and then she hits the moonsault for the 1, 2, 3, and they seemed at the end of the match like they were kind of smiling and like together. Will they be working well together? And by the way, I got to say this before I hand it over to you. I am becoming a fan of Zoe Stark. Her in-ring acumen is impressive to me. I like the girl, man. I think she's really, really good. She has a unique look about her. She's super strong. She's not glamour pretty, but she's not ugly. Does that make sense? She's got everything, I think, that makes a great, women's wrestler, dude. I think she's good. I think she's really, really fucking good, man.
Well, can we get a butt rating?
Oh, no, it's like a fucking 6.
6?
Yeah.
I think it's a little better than that. Maybe 7.
I think Sheree has a nice butt. Take a look at Sheree.
6. That's about a 6.
It's about a 7. 6, yeah, 6. She has a nice,
6.
she has a little padding to it, a little round.
Yeah. She's Japanese, too, so that it's harder for them.
And she's not ugly.
Not
an ugly woman.
Very pretty lady. Yeah.
Except when she screams. I don't like screamers. You like screamers? I'm not a screamer guy.
No.
I like my woman to
I
just
want everybody to be quiet all the time.
Like my woman to just stare me in the eyes with wonder. Like wondering, how did this guy get on top of me?
That's what does it for you, huh?
For some reason, it does.
Yeah. I don't know. The match was fine. Like, nice little story. Teamwork versus no teamwork, and it shows the difference in levels between the athletes. So that's also part of the story. And then afterwards, Sheamus and the Rose Cutters attack K-Sounds. So, so that's gives them something else to do.
Did you say Sheamus?
Yeah. It wasn't? Who was it?
It was Mandy Rose, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane. And Mandy Rose wearing the fucking the Cody Rhodes face gimmick. Well, not
the Sheamus. It was Sheamus.
She was wearing the Sheamus. Yes, you're right. She was wearing.
Oh, it wasn't Sheamus. Okay, I just thought since it was the exact same mask, it had to be Sheamus. But no, you say it's Mandy. Okay.
It fit her like it was Sheamus's mask. It's huge.
Yeah, I feel like that could easily slide off and just break her nose some more.
Probably.
But yeah, so that's the next deal for them. And then we get the pre-tape of Kyle O'Reilly sitting there talking.
That was the shits.
Yeah.
I don't like Kyle O'Reilly.
What?
Not a fan.
Why not?
Oh, he doesn't do anything for me. Is he cool Kyle? Is he MMA Kyle?
He's both.
Whatever.
Oh.
I mean, did you like it? I'm sorry. That's just my opinion.
Nah,
You're the opinion haver. No, it's shits, right?
I don't really
Okay.
care. I mean, it wasn't the shits. I just didn't. What am I? If we're doing a review show, what am I supposed to tell the people? Like, what? I mean, he just said some generic stuff to just move the thing along. I don't blame him for it. He did fine with it. But yeah.
Jesus Christ, I haven't seen Lab Rat in here in quite some time. What's going on, Lab Rat? Wow. Welcome back. Bro, we get the Cameron Grimes bachelor party. I gotta be honest with you, bro. That bachelor party looked like a lot of fucking fun. Am I off here?
Oh, you're way off. Well, wait, to be at? It looked like it could be fun to be at.
Hell yeah, dude. Now, there were a couple of questionable characters that were in the bachelor party.
Okay. I figured you'd ask me about at least one of them.
Well,
but don't worry, I got you. I got the answers for you.
Okay.
I know you want to know why there's a zombie referee.
I know why he's there
At this bachelor party. Do you now?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
Do you want me to expound upon that? So that
Yes, I
people-
would like you to prove that you know why there's a zombie referee.
Because Dexter and Cameron Grimes had that payoff match where he was attacked by zombies, and one of them was a zombie ref. And that was the zombie ref. And apparently he's Canadian,
Apparently. which
which popped me. Listen, there were this was silly as fuck, but I enjoyed it. I'm sorry, Vet. I don't. Why should I apologize for enjoying something?
This one, like, I guess winning this is what you get for not winning the breakout tournament, huh? you get to go to this Dexter Lumis bachelor party, huh?
Boy, that guy. What's his name? The big guy again? Odyssey Jones.
Odyssey Jones.
It's fun. It's like he seems like he just has a lot of fun. That guy. No.
Yeah, but they so they're like, what do? They did some go-karting, some laser tag,
Axe throwing. That shit is dope.
Oh yeah, they did the axe throwing thing. They went to like one of those bouncy places where everything is a trampoline, right?
Sure. Good times, bro. That shit's fun, bro.
And that's
Nothing they
where-
did was not
That's
fun.
where Odyssey Jones tried to launch was it Drake Maverick to the moon? There was like a big money bet on that.
No, not to the moon. He launched them.
To the moon. Whoa, yeah!
And apparently Cameron Grimes made up with Dexter Lumis, so much to the point that he paid for his wedding and for the bachelor party. What a nice guy Cameron Grimes is, isn't he?
Yeah, super guy. But everybody's nice that's in the South. There's very hospitable people.
Have you met Colin?
He's very nice, but there's other questionable traits he has as well to offset it. So
Colin's a fucking creep.
you can be nice and a creep. That's not mutually exclusive.
Okay. Just saying. Okay, so did you not enjoy this, dude? Did you not
No,
find
man.
it?
I
to be
barely
fun?
watched it. I think
What
I was
about-
getting dressed for work as this was going on, and I did not really look at the TV that much.
If I were you, I would go back and watch it again because there were certain things that actually had me giggling.
It's a good thing you're not me, then, motherfucker.
Oh gosh,
There's not a
just-
chance I would ever watch NXT twice.
Just that one segment for me, please.
I'm not even gonna watch Walter Dragunov again. I'm certainly not gonna watch this
Fine.
bachelor party.
Okay. All right. So this for me it was fun. I fucking enjoyed it, and of course you had Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell in one of the little go karts parked in the corner with the fucking binoculars and shit, watching them. I thought it was great.
They were probably expecting to catch the guys with some hose, but
Right? No,
they're just doing grown up big kid stuff.
dude, it's fun, dude. Like, I mean, when Dexter shows Johnny how to straighten his elbow and fucking toss the axe, and you can see the look of wonderment in Johnny's eyes. I fucking love Johnny Gargano, dude. I want to go and have a fucking Kool-Aid with the guy, not a beer. He doesn't look like a beer drinker.
I think there's another button for one of your drops that you could hit at this particular moment.
Which one?
I think you know which one. I think the chat knows too. I think nobody better knows.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
That's the one.
Okay. I thought the Bachelor. Look. Frank's pickleball ass puts it over. Bachelor Party. The movie was fun. Oh,
Yeah, the movie
oh.
with Tom Hanks. This had no Tom Hanks anywhere
I'm
near it.
gonna delete this comment. That was a good movie, by the way. Excellent movie. Classic.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was
All right.
something.
All right, so we get a T and Sha package with Boa saying it's time. Okay, then we get Frankie Monet backstage hanging out with Jessica Mayo, and Robert Stone rolls up and he says, "Hey, I got breaking news, bitch. You are going to get a world title shot next week." So next week's show, we get the wedding, we get a women's championship match. We could talk about what may happen after we continue to move forward here, but next week is looking to be a little more interesting. Let's see how it pans out. But anything stick out to you in these two little segments?
Not really, but did Do you think when everybody went down and took a trip down to NXT and assessed the situation and decided that they need to be blown up and restarted, do you think there were any conversations had with Frankie about, well, you know.
The gut?
Yeah.
Well, maybe she wears different gear.
She fills in that one diamond that's cut out, like right on the flab.
I still don't understand why you would do that. That's like the most unappealing part of me is probably my penis. It's like me just having that thing sticking out, walking down the street with a big hole in my jeans.
Well, even that would make some sense.
Well,
like there's,
have you seen this pathetic thing?
It doesn't make sense, but you know the idea of an access hole. Yeah, well, okay, but what are you accessing with just a small diamond on your flabby stomach? Like,
well, have you ever tried to pick belly button lint through your shirt? It's not easy.
But it's above the belly button still, though. So you can't really. I don't know. Anyways,
so
yeah,
we get Mei Ying making her in-ring debut versus, or was her name Virginia Ferry?
I've never seen this chick before in my life.
Well, look like this is the first time she's wrestled anywhere. But hey, she hit a couple of punches. Mei Ying beat the fuck out of this girl. And then gave her the old Ming finisher. What's that shit called? Not the mandible claw, the fucking
Tongan death grip.
The Tongan death grip. Which is isn't it like a Samoan finishing move? Or Tongan death grip? So why is she using it? Just
well, there's lots of parts of the world that can grab a throat and put people down with it, so.
You think so?
Or maybe she's just inspired by some of the great Tongans like Haku and stuff to I do think it's nice of and very diverse and inclusive of the WWE to give a developmental deal to this, you know, ancient mythical creature.
What is she?
They did like a whole little Kung Fu Panda animated promo about it a while ago, but
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, you know the beginning of Kung Fu Panda where
of course.
Like it's like the animated artwork.
Yeah.
It's like brush strokes and stuff like that. They did one of those, but for Mei Ying, they told the story.
You know, one thing I'm very disappointed to go back with the Johnny Gargano, the Dexter thing. They didn't jump in a ball pit.
Damn.
I'm talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep. I'm talking about balls deep in love.
I have no idea. I have no idea why they didn't play this song.
I'm talking about balls deep.
Somebody in the chat was asking me about Cleveland Jr. You don't know this song, Balls Deep?
Is that from Family
the
Guy
Cleveland
or something?
Show.
Give a pound into her feelings, make her south mouth salivate. Hey, Tyra, are you listening? We're not talking just.
Anyway, great song. Balls Deep in Love. That was at my wedding. I played that. That was our first dance.
Did you know?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So
Tonga equals Samoan. Is that true? Okay.
No, it doesn't.
It's not the same.
Rad Rob, don't you ever say that to either one of them that they are the other one to their face. Don't do it. You won't survive.
They will kill you. It's like telling a Japanese person, "Hey, aren't you? What part of China are you from?"
It's like the old Hank Hill. So are you Chinese or Japanese?
Oh God, that's not good. I'm Korean.
Yeah. Who's Laotian?
Wait, what? All right.
Yeah.
So did you like this debut?
It was fine, but it's kind of silly just seeing her wrestle in a wrestling match in a wrestling ring. It's kind of silly, right? But it's fine. Sir Jam wants to know if we know who Mei Ying is, which I do, but I don't know if you.
No, I don't.
Shoot. Yeah.
Go ahead. Nope.
It's I believe it's Karen Q, who is another one of the ladies from the Damian Adams tree, so therefore vicariously a Rip Rogers gal. Karen.
She's a Karen?
She's a literal Karen.
Oh, no. That's a
But
heel.
yeah. She's pretty cool though. This gimmick will give her something to do, so that's nice.
Look at Rob trying to justify his extremely racist comment. Anyway. Alrighty. Back from commercial, Tommaso Ciampa. He cuts a promo. Yep. He says next week is going to be part of that number one contenders match, and he's coming for Goldie. Who's Goldie? Goldie Hawn?
It's that it's the belt. It's the NXT belt.
That's what Joe has. He calls that Goldie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I did not know what the fuck he was talking about.
Yep. I think you should have surmised it from the context, but nonetheless, if you had not been watching, then yeah, he when he had the championship, he called it Goldie, and he carried it around and he like hugged it to his chest all the time. If you need any more reasons not to be that into Ciampa. Don't forget too, like right before this, we had LA Knight driving. Remember when LA Knight was driving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dummy.
He cut a promo. So.
Would you like it? Like it's a nice car.
Yeah. What are we gonna do with LA Knight though?
I will put the belt on the guy.
They did. They put $1 million belt on him, and then he lost to a caveman.
I would make that guy the champ on NXT. I think that guy
beat Samoa Joe.
Yep.
Or do you want to get it in another roundabout way, like get it off Samoa Joe, then get it on LA Knight?
I want LA Knight to beat him. I want LA Knight to win the belt. You're right, but not have Samoa Joe be pinned, because it's going to be a fatal 4-way or whatever, right? Oh no, it's the number one contender.
Contender 4-way, yeah.
So the way this may end up, hear me out here, it's probably going to end up as a fatal 4-way for the world title. There'll probably be some weird, crazy finish, and you're going to have fucking what's his name come out, Regal come out.
Mm-hmm.
No, this isn't going to end this way. Next week for the world title, it'll be a fatal 4-way. Righto. No? Possibly.
Probably. Especially if they do want to take the title off somebody, because
you can't have somebody beat Samoa Joe clean right now. But having fucking
none of these guys, that's for sure.
No, but have LA Knight out of all the guys is the most believable. And that's a guy I want to see with the world title there. I'm serious. Like a late period.
That's 3 times that you've used that.
I say dummy. Dummy. Yeah.
We get a boring main event.
We
get the boring guys.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are fucking. Yo, dude, Orny Lorcan was terrible. I mean, I'm sorry, Danny Burch.
Yeah.
It's like he looked terrible. He looked like a melting snow cone, a melting ice cream cone. His trunk pulled up to his nipples.
Yeah. In fairness to Danny, he's one of those guys that's, I think, naturally like a really fat guy, and he works really hard just to look like that. So I think he lost a lot of weight at some point, like now, yeah.
A lot of hanging skin.
Yeah, now he's got that sort of.
He's got like 2 heads. It's like he has a head and an extension that comes out behind.
Right.
It's like extra brain or something.
Yeah, so I kind of look at these guys and I'm just like, okay, what is the ceiling for these guys? They're probably already at it.
That's it. They'll be cut soon.
Yeah, I feel like, and that's, that's not a lot of great praise for MSK either. Because I just don't see them interested. When I was watching the match, it seemed like the crowd wasn't really that into it.
Oh, you reminded me of something. Remind me. Okay, good.
But then later on in the match, people started a "This is awesome" chant, and I'm like, really? It doesn't sound like you guys like this.
Nobody was moving in the crowd, so they did the same shit on Raw, and they're doing it again in fucking NXT. They're insulting our intelligence. They're piping in this bullshit fucking cheering. And it's fucking, it sounds like shit. Like when they're doing interviews and you hear the boo and then yay, and then stop it. This is not awesome. It was a solid match. MSK, they win. But this wasn't awesome. I didn't see anybody. You hear, this is awesome. And you see a guy like just fucking with his straw underneath his mask.
It must have just been all the people that weren't on the hard cam that were cheering it, right? And then coincidentally, everybody on the hard cam was sitting on their hands. But I mean, they were kind of reacting to it if you look at some of them, but not to the degree that they were trying to make it seem like. And like a couple of the times when they tried to use that fake crowd noise, it sounded like a 20,000 seat arena, not like not like a little room,
right?
A couple hundred people in it, so it wasn't even believable crowd noise. Yeah.
Oh my God! No, you know. So after the match, you get Pete Dunne, Ridge Holland. They slide into the ring and they stare down MSK. Pete gives Ridge a nod, and then Danny Burch with the headbutt, and we go home like that. What'd you think of, like, seriously, what'd you think of this match, man?
I didn't like it.
What didn't you like about
it? There was a lot of Danny Burch laying on the ground in chin locks and headlocks. For no reason. Like, you don't have to be like up always doing something, but you also don't just have to be laying on the mat like 3 different times, which he did. I don't like either of the teams or any of the individuals.
Yeah.
There's just nothing entertaining about any of these people to me personally. If anybody else likes them, that's fine. I would ask what's wrong with you, but still, it's we like what we like. I just don't see this not only as a main event, but like just even on the show. There's nowhere on the show I'd rather put this. I just leave it off. So
I don't disagree with you in any form of fashion. They stripped MSK of all of their of all the fun that MSK actually was in Impact Wrestling. This is what they've been doing with most of their guys. I don't know if you've seen Killer Cross is trying to make this shit work, by the way, on Raw. You know, he beat up fucking Johnny Drip Drip. Cut a cool promo. Seems like they're like, maybe we should push this guy. But he's still wearing the suspenders, so I'm just gonna leave that out there.
Wouldn't it even be better if like he wore the suspenders and the helmet down and then took both of them off before the match?
Yes.
Even that would be like a little bit better.
Sure. Why not? You know what I'm saying? It's like Road Warrior, Animal, and Hawk wrestling the whole match with their fucking shoulder pads on.
Actually, that would have been tight. They should have done that.
Can you imagine the finishing move with shoulder block off the top rope?
Yeah.
Those fucking things.
Yeah, dude. Come on.
Well, listen. Next week is the big reboot. And I have to ask you, bro. Do you think there's a chance that there's going to be something different? I'm going to give you my quick opinion. You know what that opinion is? Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no chance.
No chance.
No chance in hell that this is going to be any different. It's like putting lipstick on a pig, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's going to be. And if it's anything other than that, I will be shocked. Vet, what are you expecting next week for the new, more colorful NXT?
I don't know what to expect. I assume it will be a little bit more eye-pleasing because we can make fun of this logo and shit all we want, and we're going to, or at least you are. But the NXT set the way it is not working for me either. It hasn't worked for me for a long time. It's very industrial looking and dark and dingy and very boring. It definitely seemed like the kind of place that those 4 guys in the main event would be wrestling if this was a main event of some place. So I can't get rid of the yellow and black and the darkness fast enough. I don't know if it needs to be like Jackson Pollock vomiting on a, like on a turntable, but it's still got to be better than just plain old industrial yellow and black, caution tape fucking color scheme. It just doesn't look bright and colorful enough. And even look at AEW as a when we go back to the Wednesday Night Wars when they was going head to head. Even if you don't care for the in-ring product of AEW, when you turn it on, even though their colors are just black and gold, nothing like super flashy, but everything there looked brighter and more colorful there.
Sure.
Like it just looked like a more expensive production, and NXT looked like it was in a basement, and everybody knows that the WWE has money, so there's no excuse for it to look like that. So I'm very interested to see what it will end up looking like, and no matter what it ends up looking like, it's got to be better than the black and yellow because I'm just tired of it.
So do you want me to change his background, or do you want me to keep the black and yellow here?
No, I don't mind it for our background because it proves that we were there since day one. We're throwbacks. It's a throwback.
That.
We're not just bandwagon hoppers. We didn't just start liking NXT when they made it colorful. But I think the show is pretty much going to be basically the same. I think what we're really getting here is just sort of like a revamp in the set design. I'm sure it's still going to have boring wrestlers having boring matches and bad booking.
Well, next week, I'll just give a quick rundown of 4 of the major things that are going to happen. We have a new revamp of the brand. We have LA Knight versus Tommaso Ciampa versus Kyle O'Reilly versus Pete Dunne to determine the #1 contender for NXT's World Champion Samoa Joe's championship. We have an NXT Women's Championship match between Raquel Gonzalez and Frankie Monet. And we have the wedding of Index, which you could see them right behind me over here, right there. So I changed the logo here. This is the one I'll be using next week with all the colors and shit. All in all, Mr. Vet, what did you think of this match as we go home? I mean, this whole event.
Sucked. And all that stuff that you mentioned for next week, that could have easily been on this show, but it's not.
It's not, no.
I also looked up Elektra Lopez's Instagram like you told me to.
And
not a lot of butt-facing pictures. I have to scroll through a lot just to get to the ones where she's facing away from the camera. But I don't think maybe it's not a 10 after all.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
it might be more like an 8.5 at this point.
It's still a great ass, dude.
No disputing that. Yeah, that's... I don't know, man. I'd like to see what they do next week. Every time they get a chance to change something, it's cool, but of course we always end up disappointed. But I guess the anticipation is the fun part, right?
Well, you know what? Let me figure this out. Next week, apparently, this is another thing that's going to be changing.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
So apparently they are going to go live moving forward. Did you know that?
They were live before. It actually hurts NXT.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your Next Level Wrestling review. And like I said, next week we're coming back with a supposedly new NXT. But Vet, nothing really changed with you regarding where they can find and follow you. But for the new people that are watching, the new people that are listening, if they want to interact with you on a personal level, where can they find you, sir?
Well, you're going to find me at Opinion Haver, all one word, on any social media platform of your choice. Not Facebook, though. Don't do that. But anything else, you can find me there. As for Hameen Media Group, you can find me on, of course, this show every week, but also you can find me on The Impact Attack with Colin Wysong and Brandon Stransky. Oh, yeah. Yes. If you think NXT's bad, oh man, let's talk about some Impact. I cut a promo on them so bad they actually addressed some of my complaints this past episode. So, yeah, they definitely,
really?
Yes. Yeah, I'm taking all the credit for that. Don't look too much into it. Just take my word for it. It's because of me. You can catch me on the latest, this past episode of RTW Rewind with Rad Rob, where we talk about comedy movies for a couple of hours and still leave off like a ton of great comedy movies, which I'm currently building an annex to catch up for whatever our next project is, that will quickly, briefly cover all the movies we missed on that episode. And we're still going to miss some. And I just recorded an episode of Destino with the aforementioned great Michael Jargo.
Yes, he is great.
Where we were talking about the MetLife Dome shows for New Japan and a little G1 preview talk. Are you looking forward to the G1 this year, Ray?
I don't watch Chinese karate wrestling from Korea.
Oh, jeez. Jesus. Well, that's what's wrong with you, the world, and everybody else that's not watching the only true professional wrestling left in the planet Earth, which is New Japan Pro Wrestling. I have no sympathy for you if you sit here and complain about all this American crap and you're not watching like the only real pro wrestling there is. So, but you can catch that episode of Destino whenever he puts that out. Keep your eyes on that, and that is going to that's going to be it for me. What about you?
Well, Vet, it's always a pleasure coming on with you, man. I say this all the time. I would do this for a living, but if I couldn't, I'd do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. I love having you guys here. I love the chat. You know, Brad Robb says to us all, as long as you guys don't change, we're all good. Listen, guys, even if NXT is the shits, I can almost guarantee you that this wrestling review will be not as shitty. Is that fair enough, Vet?
No promises.
No promises. Hey, you can find me on social media at Big Ray Hernandez on both Twitter and on Instagram, and Raymond Big Ray Hernandez on Facebook. Follow us at Hami Media Group on all social media platforms. And I don't know if we're going to be on Patreon. And apparently Vince Russo is going to be working with WWE again, so that's going to change. I mean, so much going on, ladies and gentlemen. In the words of the great Bill Apter, I will see you at the matches next week here on your next level wrestling review. Vet, say goodbye to the people, Vet.
Goodbye to the people.
You left the vet out.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway,
My throat.
It's fine. Love you guys. See you next week. I hope.